All right, guys, Rob Ferrari here. Here is your Ferrari exhaust update. Now, I did not get the right pipe, or the shop that was welding the exhaust headers did not get the right pipe. Cosmo, who's swapping the exhaust, isn't working for Memorial Day weekend, which he doesn't have to, right? You're allowed to take the weekend off. But I need that car up and running by Tuesday because it's got to go down to DC on Tuesday. And I'm doing a private adventure drives, so driving it through DC to Nashville. So I need the car. And then I want to delay the trip. So I was exploring my options. I tried to get this piece of flex pipe. And I also really didn't feel comfortable with this whole process because IPE, I was like, hey, how soon can you get me? They offered me 50% off the new headers. I said, how soon can you get them? And they're like, it's 7 to 10 days. They're coming from China. And that sort of answered my question. I'm like, do I want to put this thing back on my car? Reached out to Austin over at Valvetronic, and I'm like, oh, it would be really nice if I could make that work. And I thought he was in Boston, but he went to school in Boston. He's actually in Pennsylvania. So right now, at this very moment, I have an Uber picking up a new full exhaust system. I'm getting rid of the IPE and switching to Valvetronic. I'm doing Uber package or courier, Uber, whatever it is, from 120 miles away in Pennsylvania. And it's 10:27 now, and we will theoretically have the exhaust here by 1 o'clock. So we'll give it the old college try, see if we can get it wrapped up by the end of the day, and then I will let you know how it plays out.
Have you noticed that cell phone companies are offering you like free iPhones all the time? Free, nothing, doesn't cost you anything. All you got to do is guarantee to stay with their contracts for another 2 years, which doesn't bother you because you're already paying them. But now you got to ask why they do that. The answer is they're probably making more keeping you in your cell phone plan than it costs them to give you a new phone. So you start to question why you're sticking with this company when you already have a phone that's perfectly fine, you don't need the newest model, and you can get much more value for your money by switching to a different provider like today's video sponsor, Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless without the premium price tag. All plans include unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network, plus free calling to Mexico, Canada, and the UK. And you've got data options. Mint lets you choose the data amount that's right for you so you don't overpay for something that's one size fits all. Select from 5 gigabytes, 15 gigabytes, and 20 gigabytes, or unlimited data each month. Bring your own unlocked phone or shop the latest phones with Mint. No matter which route you take, you can always keep your phone number and all your existing contacts when you switch. 96% of users rate themselves as highly satisfied with Mint's customer care. And all of the plans come with a 7-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Give them a try. They've got plans starting at just $15 a month, and the minimum commitment is only 3 months. You'll find out if you love it or hate it. There's no commitment after that. Give them a shot. Click the link in the description. All right, so it got here around 2:30, not 1 o'clock. It took like an hour and a half to actually get an Uber to accept the thing because it was like 120 miles away. And as you can imagine, it's not the most convenient, but we have a brand new set, brand new exhaust here. This is the Valvetronic. And I was out and about, but I did take care of the Uber driver because I know it was a tough drive. But this is going to look pretty nice in here and hopefully sound even better. And when this thing gets wrapped up, I'll show you just how good this sounds. Now, Austin was telling me, he's like, dude, F1 sound. I love the F1 sound. That's what makes the 458 awesome. And we are a couple short hours away from finding out what his definition of F1 sound is. All right, and here's the replacement and the repair for my other header with the flexible part. It's the same thing, just a different, that's more of an accordion style. This is more like that. So we've got both pieces here, but I did buy the new exhaust, so I'm gonna just, now that this is repaired, I'll just list this one for sale. I figured giving them a jump start on this would be able to get this car done sooner, which is why I bought the other exhaust. And it's coming along. I don't have time to wait for it. That's pretty, isn't it? I do not have time to wait for this now, so I'm gonna have to truck it down to DC for my trip tomorrow. So I'm not gonna be able to tell you what this thing sounds like yet, but we've got the remainder of the exhaust over here, and it's got valves. It's got a little module so you can open the valves and close the valves. I'm excited to hear it. I'm happy Corsa Motors is getting this done. And if anyone wants to buy an IPE exhaust that is now newly repaired and it has a second breath of life, hit me up, because I've got the whole exhaust coming off. I got a whole new exhaust going on, old exhaust coming off. Got everything. This is the module for the opening and closing of the valve, so it can go quiet. Not that anyone would want to do that, but sweet. I'm excited. So stay tuned. Next clip, you're gonna see what this thing sounds like. All right, so Corsa Motors got it done. That was awesome. Eric drove it down late night. It literally got there like 11:30 at night, which is why I don't have any footage, because I was at the bar entertaining people. But I heard it pull up, and I'm like, that's my car. Let me go check. But I just didn't record. So the entire trip, I ended up driving my NSX because I had both of the cars there, and the NSX is, I think, harder to drive. So I drove that on the trip. Somebody else drove my Ferrari. Fast forward, we get back. The cars get shipped back from Nashville. And this is the first time I really get to hear the car, because I didn't hear the car because I was always the lead car. So I was unable to hear my Ferrari. I was able to see it and it looked cool, but I just wasn't able to hear the exhaust until we got back. All right, look at this sexy car back from the Adventure Drives trip with its new Valvetronic exhaust. And the guy I lent the car to was like, hey, the car is having a problem. I'm like, what is the car? Never has a problem. He's like, I think it's the exhaust. And I'm like, all right, well, this guy was sort of like hammering down on this car the whole time, and especially like Tail of the Dragon. There is a way to drive quickly without abusing the car, like an autocross, right? Where you're just constantly at red line. When you're doing anything longer than that, you have to drive the car, keep the temperatures down, and keep the car performing optimally. And if you ride the brakes too much, you're gonna overheat the brakes. If you ride the clutch too much, you're gonna overheat the clutch. So the cars are not, they all have their limits. And none of them are able to withstand constant abuse forever, unless maybe Porsches. They seem to be pretty good at that. But other cars, they generate heat, especially when you modify them. This 458 is no different. And after he was driving, he started getting some ECM lights, or some like engine control module lights, and it wouldn't go over 80 miles an hour, which means he got it into a limp mode somehow. But when he turned it off and it cooled down, it was fine again. So every time he learned that, every time he really hammered down on it for 30 or 40 minutes at a time, he started acting up. And then I noticed when I was backing him in at the Topoco Lodge, after the Tail of the Dragon, the clutch wasn't doing so well going backwards. I'm like, oh, you just overheated the clutch. Too much shifting. There's no reason to shift so much when you can use momentum. And I mean, honestly, we're driving on the road here. You're not getting the ultimate performance out of everything. You're not setting lap records. So make sure the car lasts, especially when you're on a road trip. So I'm going to see what's wrong with the car. Let's give it a start here. I'm going to go back to Cosmo, because I honestly didn't even get to drive this car. Let's go back to Cosmo. Catalytic converter temperature not plausible. So not plausible means it's just not reading it. Not plausible means it could mean not plausible is it's at like 11,000 degrees, so that's clearly not plausible. So here you see the little catalytic converter. It looks like it's on fire, and then that's the other light. That's the ECM failure, PCM failure, whatever it is. Let's clear those lights, give it a drive, and see. Probably, if anything, we melted like an O2 sensor, but otherwise we'll see what happens. I haven't driven this thing with the new exhaust. I'm excited to hear it. Now, it's hot outside right now, but I still don't rev the car up a lot until the oil temperature gets up. Ferrari, you're staying there. Here's Cosmo. Or
It could be
this is
a new
adorable. The pink shirts, the Corsa Motor shirts should be collectible.
They are.
The uglier colors are cheaper, right?
Yes. That's why I get them. That's right.
So here's the game plan.
Yes.
Because I haven't driven this yet, let's clear the lights. I'll drive it. If they come back on, we'll figure it out as a problem.
So I don't know if it's that's related to it or.
Well, I got to see if it needs a bypass. We'll get.
There is it came with a 90 degrees angle adapter in the front.
But all the codes are the same thing. It's for the O2 sensor.
Yeah. Bank 1.
Anything with a clutch or no?
No clutch.
Or ECM?
Yeah.
No, so it's all.
All two sensor here. See if it cleared.
Yeah, because it's saying it couldn't. It's like the implausible value for the catalytic converter.
Well, there is no cats.
All right, so we've cleared the codes, and I got to see if they're going to come back on. So, and it's also the first time I'm going to hear this thing. So we're at temperature now. It's the first time I'm going to hear this thing make proper noises. All right. Look at that. I didn't bother looking, but sometimes there's a cop in those gas stations. We'll just switch seats if that happens.
No, I'm good, thanks.
All right, so I'll take this home tonight. That was my first, I don't know, like pull where I got to hear this thing near Redline. It does sound pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. It's got more of a high-pitched sound. And I don't even know if the exhaust was open or closed. So I gotta figure out how this works. That could have been the quiet version. But you gotta think, like, maybe not everyone's a car guy, but if I was a car guy in that gas station, that would have been pretty cool. That's where the YouTube ego is like, that guy must like my car, but in reality, he's like, don't hit me. All right, and there you have it. Sounds good. I'm gonna do a full comparison test of this. I was gonna do it down in Nashville. I was gonna do it in DC, any point on the trip, but you know, when you're running a trip, you don't really have time to go play with multiple cars. And I was having fun with my NSX. So this car, obviously it does generate heat. We got to figure out if that catalytic converter light could be tricked, and because there are no cats in this exhaust. There were cats in my IPE exhaust. Without cats, I'll wait to hear back from Valvetronic and see if there's a fix for that, or I may just keep chewing through O2 sensors. That's never really fun, or that's when you decide, like, I've modified my car and I'm going to live with a check engine light. We'll see what happens. Rob Ferretti, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned. You'll see what happens. Let me know your thoughts on the exhaust, whether you like the IPE or if you like the Valvetronic better. Right now it's a toss-up. I got to hear from outside the car too, so we'll do a full test. See you next time.